Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. For the last 4 years, Paul Heyman has stood by Roman Reigns' side, pledging his unwavering loyalty and serving as the wise man. With Reigns' monumental return, the stage is set for Heyman's homecoming, as he is expected to join the original tribal chief. However, Paul might have a much bigger responsibility on his shoulders this time, as Roman could assign him a secret mission on Raw. Even though the head of the table returned to teach Solo Sikoa a lesson and take back the crown that belonged to him, the numbers game has been stacked against him. Roman Reigns seems to be standing alone in his battle against the bloodline. He would require his estranged brothers, the very ones whom he once called family, to forge an army of his own to herald a war against Sikoa's faction. There's a good possibility that he could send Paul Heyman to Monday Night Raw on a mission to mend fences with his former right-hand man. Reigns could ask Heyman to pay a visit to JUSO and enlighten the latter on everything that has been going on around the bloodline lately, from Solo Sikoa's deceitful rise in power to forming a new bloodline. The original tribal chief could send a message to the Yeet Master, seeking help in his ongoing battle against Solo Sikoa and his group. The wise man's potential visit to Raw could work as a catalyst for healing old wounds and reuniting the estranged brothers. It could eventually pave the way for the return of JUSO to SmackDown, with Roman Reigns reuniting with his former right-hand man. This could be the first step towards the much-awaited reformation of the original bloodline before the highly anticipated civil war between Reigns and Sikoa's faction. Roman Reigns may have revealed his ultimate goal behind his WWE return ever since Roman Reigns went on hiatus following his WrestleMania XL loss. Solo Sikoa has deceitfully captured his position and taken control of the bloodline. Not only did he occupy the leadership of the Heyman faction, but he also claimed himself as the new tribal chief. With Reigns returning to WWE at SummerSlam, he has seemingly revealed his ultimate goal behind his triumphant comeback. The head of the table apparently returned to re-establish his position as the original tribal chief and to revive the legacy of the Ula Fala that Solo Sikoa tainted in his absence. In addition, the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion returned, seeking retribution from Sikoa for betraying him and his malignant intent to destroy the reputation of the Anoa'i family. Roman Reigns' main objective is seemingly to knock the 31-year-old star off the coveted throne that belonged to him. It could only be a matter of time before a great civil war erupts on SmackDown, the rumblings of which might be heard around the entire landscape. The atmosphere on WWE Raw was electric, as fans eagerly awaited the fallout from SummerSlam. The show opened with the familiar entrance of the Bloodline's head, Roman Reigns. His powerful presence commanded respect and attention, but tonight, there was something different in the air. Reigns, usually flanked by the Usos and Solo Sikoa, appeared alone. The absence of his family members sparked immediate curiosity among the WWE universe. Where were they? And what was Roman planning? As Reigns stood in the center of the ring, microphone in hand, the crowd roared with a mix of boos and cheers. Roman soaked it in, his expression betraying nothing. He raised the mic to his lips, and his voice cut through the noise like a knife. "I know what you're all wondering," Reigns began, pacing slowly. "Where are my cousins? Where is Solo? Where is the wise man?" The crowd responded with a chorus of murmurs, the tension in the arena palpable. "They're not here," Roman continued, pausing to let the words sink in. "They're taking care of family business. But the wise man, he's on a mission." This statement caught everyone off guard. Paul Heyman, the ever-loyal consigliere of Roman Reigns, had been sent away on a mysterious errand. But why? And what was the nature of this mission? The secret mission begins backstage. Paul Heyman was seen exiting the arena, a briefcase in hand, his usual air of confidence replaced by a look of quiet determination. It was clear that whatever task Roman had assigned him was of the utmost importance, something that could shift the balance of power in WWE. As Heyman left the arena, the show cut to a pre-recorded segment. Heyman was in a sleek black SUV, being driven to an undisclosed location. The camera focused on his face, and for a moment there was a flicker of doubt, quickly replaced by his characteristic resolve. The car pulled up outside a luxurious hotel. Heyman stepped out, his eyes scanning the area as if searching for someone. He entered the hotel and took the elevator to the top floor, his demeanor tense yet controlled. As he reached the penthouse suite, the door was slightly ajar. With a deep breath, Heyman pushed it open and stepped inside. A meeting with an old rival inside the penthouse, seated comfortably on a leather couch, was none other than Brock Lesnar. The Beast incarnate looked up, his expression unreadable. The sight of Lesnar sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. What was Heyman doing here? Was he about to reunite with his former client? Paul, Lesnar greeted him, his voice gruff but laced with a hint of familiarity. Brock, Heyman replied, nodding slightly as he approached the couch. The tension between the two men was thick, but there was also a strange sense of camaraderie, born from years of partnership and shared victories. Lesnar motioned for Heyman to sit, and the two men regarded each other in silence for a moment. Finally, Heyman broke the silence. "I'm here on behalf of Roman Reigns," Heyman began, choosing his words carefully. "He has a proposition for you." Lesnar raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued. "A proposition? What makes you think I'd be interested in anything Roman Reigns has to say?" Heyman leaned forward, his tone conspiratorial. "Because this isn't just about Roman. This is about legacy, Brock. Your legacy. Roman knows that there's unfinished business between the two of you. He also knows that you're a man who values respect, and Roman respects you more than anyone else in this business." Lesnar's expression hardened, but he didn't interrupt. Heyman continued, sensing that he had Lesnar's attention. "Roman is proposing a temporary alliance, something that would benefit both of you. You two are the most dominant forces in WWE today. Together, you could change the landscape of this company forever. This isn't just about championships or main events, this is about cementing your place in history." Lesnar leaned back, considering Heyman's words. The idea of an alliance with Reigns was unexpected, but it held a certain appeal. The two had faced off numerous times, and there was a mutual respect, despite the fierce rivalry. But could they truly work together? And what's in it for Roman? Lesnar finally asked, his tone skeptical. Heyman smiled, a glint of cunning in his eyes. "Roman needs someone who can take out a common enemy. Someone who has no fear, no hesitation. He needs you, Brock, to take care of business that only you can handle." The common enemy. Lesnar's interest was piqued, but he wasn't fully convinced. "Who's this common enemy?" Heyman's smile faded slightly, replaced by a look of serious intent. "Cody Rhodes." Lesnar's eyes narrowed at the mention of Rhodes. Their paths had crossed earlier in the year, with Rhodes managing to get the upper hand. Lesnar wasn't one to let go of grudges easily, and the thought of another confrontation with Rhodes reignited a fire within him. "Roman has no love lost for Cody," Heyman explained. "But more importantly, he sees Rhodes as a threat to the bloodline's dominance. Rhodes is positioning himself as the next big thing, and that's something neither Roman nor you can allow." Lesnar nodded slowly, the gears in his mind turning. "And if I agree to this alliance? What happens after we take out Rhodes?" Heyman's smile returned, but this time it was more sinister. "Then, Brock, you and Roman settle your business one final time. No interference, no excuses. Just you two, in the ring, determining who truly is the most dominant force in WWE." The decision. Lesnar remained silent for a long moment, weighing the offer. The prospect of taking out Cody Rhodes was tempting, but the thought of facing Roman Reigns afterward was even more so. It was a chance to prove, once and for all, who was the true alpha of WWE. Finally, Lesnar stood up, his massive frame towering over Heyman. He extended his hand. "Tell Roman he's got a deal," Lesnar said, a dangerous glint in his eyes. "But after Cody's gone, I'm coming for him. And there won't be any alliances left to save him." Heyman shook Lesnar's hand, sealing the agreement. "I'll let him know," Heyman replied, his voice steady. As Heyman left the penthouse, the camera lingered on Lesnar, who was already mentally preparing for the battles ahead. The WWE Universe was about to witness an alliance like no other, one born out of mutual respect and a shared thirst for domination. But as Heyman knew all too well, alliances in WWE were fragile, and when they broke, they did so with devastating consequences. Conclusion: back in the arena, Roman Reigns watched the screen from his private locker room, a rare smile playing on his lips. He knew the risk of sending Heyman on this mission, but the reward was worth it. With Brock Lesnar on his side, even temporarily, Roman's hold on WWE would become nearly unbreakable. And when the time came to face Lesnar, Roman would be ready. The stage was set, the pieces in place. Now, it was only a matter of time before the WWE Universe saw the true power of the bloodline and the destruction they would unleash on anyone who dared to challenge their reign.